In this video, we will discuss the formulae for the area and perimeter of a rectangle, the intuitive understanding behind it, and we'll do two examples. So, on screen at the moment, I have a rectangle, this one here. And this rectangle is made up of lots of little squares. And each of these little squares has a unit area of 1. And the reason why is because they each have side lengths of 1. And so we know that the area formula for a rectangle is the length times by the breadth. And the reason this makes sense is because we have 2 rows of squares. And so in each row, we have 4 squares. So what we essentially have is a grid that is 2 by 4. And so to calculate the total area, all we have to do is times the breadth and the length. The product will give us the area. So in this case, we have a side length here of 2 and a side length here of 4. So we'll have an area of 4 times by 2. And our area will be 8 units squared. And the reason why I said unit squared is because I didn't specify the unit of measure. So if this had been centimeters, or if it had been meters or millimeters or whatever it was, miles, it could have just been 8 miles squared or something along those lines. So if we talk about perimeter, the perimeter works because the properties of a rectangle is that opposite sides are equal. So the perimeter is simply just the blue line shown here. And so we can just count up these side lengths that make up that line. And what we'll find is we'll count in 2 lengths, which is these 2 sides, and 2 breadths, which is these 2 sides. And once we do that, we'll find our formula to be 2 times by the length, which is 2 times 8, plus 2 times by the breadth, which is 2 times 2. And that'll give us 16 plus 4, which will give us 20 units. Okay, so let's do an example. Let's say I had this rectangle over here. And this rectangle has a side length of 3, a side breadth of 3, and a side length of 7. To calculate the area, we have the formula A is equal to length times by breadth. Our length is 7, our breadth is 3, so it's 7 times 3, which is 21 units squared. To calculate the perimeter, we use the formula 2L plus 2B, and our length is 7, so it's 2 times 7 plus 2 times by 3, which gives us 14 plus 6, which is 20 units. We'll do one more example. So let's say this rectangle has a side length of 1, a side breadth of 1, and a side length of 11. Then, for area, we have length times by breadth, which is equal to 11 times by 1, which is just 11. And let's say in this example, the unit of measure is centimeters. Then we have 11 centimeters squared. And for perimeter, we have 2L plus 2B, which is equal to 2 times by 11 plus 2 times by 1, which is 22 plus 2, which is 24 centimeters. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.